Citizens of the Imperium, rejoice. Xenos and heretics, tremble, for today we shall be graced by the light of the Space Marine Codex. Which means, pretty much, we'll be checking out this book today. Now, before we move from my face and into the book, I have a couple more things to say. So, what are codices exactly? They are books that contain information on a specific faction in Warhammer 40,000. This one is for the Space Marines, as I mentioned. It was one of the first two that were released. Along with this one came the Necron Codex, and some more have been announced at the time of shooting this video. This is my bet is that this codex is going to be one of the largest ones. This is 208 pages. I believe that because there are a lot of models for Space Marines, and as we will see, the codex covers datasheets. And this book contains about 70 pages of datasheets. Now we have also 90 pages of lore, and the rest is rules and some extra things. Now, an interesting thing is that the book also comes with a code you can redeem in the new Warhammer app, which contains rules. Now, whether this app is good or not is a whole other subject, which I'm not going to discuss now. But it's a nice practice, at least, to include code for a digital version of the information that can be found here. Because if you have to carry with you this book along with the chapter approved book or the core rulebook, plus any other publications that are necessary. For example, this one may cover the Space Marines as a whole, but there are going to be some smaller publications that will cover chapters, specific chapters. The things get heavy, and I'm telling you, since I am a dungeon master and carrying books is painful, at the least, even though I keep doing it because I like using the books. Anyway, this is a good practice, this is my point. And I have seen some companies in the RPG industry do it, but not all of them do this. This is just a note of mine, since I am in both into wargaming and role-playing games. Now, whether you should buy it or not, it depends greatly on you. This is my first time getting a codex because I just started playing Warhammer 40,000, and I really wanted to check out how it looks. Finally, the codices don't contain information on how to paint models, at least anymore, from what I understand. This is because Games Workshop has moved the whole process, the tutorials of painting models to its website. And I think that's a better practice, because you can update these tutorials more easily, plus you can get to them more easily. But anyway, let's remove my face and move into the book. So without further ado, let's move into the book. So, first of all, we have a really nice cover, to be honest. Some Space Marines are shooting something. I mean, there are a lot of targets in the galaxy for Space Marines to shoot. So, we get heads in alcoves situation, which is a reference to Game of Thrones, maybe? I don't know. Now, Adeptus Astartes. This is the name for Space Marines. And this is the contents page. And as you can see, we have 70-something pages of lore and some more for a showcase, because we don't get any instructions on painting on the books anymore, but we get some beautiful showcases. Then we get some rules about the armies, and from here until here we have datasheets. That's a lot of datasheets. Anyway, so then we get an introduction that has some maybe inconsistencies, because here it says a tome dedicated to collecting painting and gaming. Well, painting not so much anymore, I guess. But, well, I guess you could say that the showcases can provide inspiration on how to paint them. You may see something that inspires you and think, oh, actually I want to paint my Necrons this way. But let's move on. Oh, and now we see that the Space Marines in the cover are shooting some Chaos Space Marines. Nice. Now we have, again, some really good artwork. I'm sorry about the glare, there isn't much I can do right now with my current setup and equipment. I'll just move the book a bit. And the first thing from the lore we get is how the Space Marines were created. Then we get some lore about the Primarchs, maybe. And now we have a map of the galaxy at its current state, because as we can see there is the Cicatrix Maledictum, which has closed off the upper half. Upper is a weird word to use for 3D coordinates, but the upper or northern part of the galaxy from the Astronomicon. This was in the core rulebook as well, but I like maps, so I can't complain. Now we have some lore about chapter planets, so where the chapters are based. Some are fleet-based chapters. They don't have any planets. And let's move now to organization. And then let's see. I'm going a bit fast because I'm not going to sit and read the lore now, but you can maybe pause if anything interests you. Now we have some symbols that we will need in the game as well, and we also have how the chapter is broken down into various parts. So we have the armory, the command, the librarius, etc. Also, I really like Tech Marines and I want some in my army. Now I guess we get some information on each section of the chapter. So we got the chapter command. Now we have the first company, battle companies, some bolters, which look pretty good. Now we have a war zone. Now we have reserve companies. Now, what are scout companies? The Reclusium, the Apothecarion, Librarius, Armory with the Tech Marine. I really like the lore of the Tech Marine because they get the training done in Mars, but the tech priests there don't actually consider them part of the Mechanicum. They have some, not hate against them, but yeah, they don't accept them fully. And also, their battle brothers don't accept them fully. But both tech priests and marines respect them, especially the marines, because they know the tech marines are what is keeping their gear working. But yeah, they maybe fear them a bit as well. But anyway, let's move on. I'm happy that we get a lot of lore for the armory. Now we get another war zone. This is the war zone Sithosa. Alright. Oh, and we see what kinds of space marines are in each war zone. For example, in this one we have Imperial Fists, Raven Guard, Black Templar, Fire Lords, and Mantis Warriors. Okay? But I guess you don't really have to follow to the last word what it's written here. You can drop a Blood Raven squad here and have fun. Now we get some lore about the Ultramarines, which is, I guess, the face of the Marines. At least in this edition, maybe? Please don't kill me. A bit about Robot Gilliman. Oh, and now we have some... Oh, these are successor chapters of the Ultramarines. And they are quite a lot. Let's check them out very quickly. I like that they have various color schemes. So you could pretty much make your own successor chapter, use the Ultramarines rules and have fun with the colors. Which makes me consider changing the color scheme of my Indomitus Ultramarines. Now we have some lore on the Imperial Fists. These are the Siege Masters. They are good at fortifications, etc. Now we have some Blood Angels, White Scars, not bad, Dark Angels, Raven Guards. Now we get the Warzone Damnos, Space Wolves, which at the moment I'm shooting this video, some new models have been announced. Also, the combat patrol boxes have been announced, which is, I think, maybe a good idea. I don't know. Let me know, what do you think about the combat patrol boxes? Are they good? Are they better than the start collecting? What do you think? Now we have Salamanders. Salamanders are really cool. They have some really powerful flame-based weapons. Iron Hands. Deathwatch, which isn't exactly a chapter, but it's a really good idea on how you can mix and match various chapters together. Now we have a lot of successor chapters in general, but they are broken down again in chapters, the first founding chapters. So we have the Imperial Fist successors. Now these are Raven Guard successors. Let's see, White Scars, Iron Hands, Salamanders, and now we have some unknown foundings. And finally we have the Blood Ravens, because in the core rulebook I didn't find them, and I'm happy they're here. We have... Let's see, do we have any more? No, that's all of them. And I think these are the last pages of the lore. But look at that, this is a Titan, I think, right here. Let's move. Yeah, I think now we are in the showcase area of the book. Oh, you can actually get some info on how to paint parts of them. Not a lot, but some details. So we know the color of the helmet depending on the rank. Some, again, the symbols I mentioned before. Let's see. Do we have any cool showcases? I mean, all of them are really well painted. And I really like the yellow schemes. The Imperial Fists talk to me. But I really like the blue ones as well. Not necessarily Ultramarines, that's why I said blue ones. But then again, I want to have at least the combat patrol of Blood Ravens. So yeah, don't listen to me, I want all the colors. So let's move on. We have, oh, look at it. Again, the Primaris Tech Marine. I like them so much, I need to get some. Yeah, Chris, buy more miniatures, you haven't finished painting Indomitus. Please, get more. Yeah, and look at this, this is simply beautiful. We have some Ultramarines, we have some Blood Angels, maybe. And on the back, I can't really say. Maybe some... No, I don't know what the black ones are. And we have down here some baddies, some Chaos Marines, and along with some... Is this called the Forge Beast? I don't remember. I have seen them in the local game store, some guys were using them, they're really cool. As well, this one. But yeah, I don't remember all the names yet. Now we move to the rules section. We get some rules about armies, some very, very basic but important rules, if this focuses and allows me to show you. So we also get references to the pages we need to go, which is good. So we have some rules, some Battleforge rules, army rules, matched play rules, crusade, datasheets, war gear points, and some references. Now we begin with Combat Patrol. Combat Patrol is, I think, currently the fastest way to play Warhammer 40,000. It's a very quick game compared to some games with a lot of points. This one needs about 500 points, which isn't much. I have managed to play some Combat Patrol games before things got worse in the COVID situation, and it was quite fast to play and easy, even though I'm not very well used to the rules yet, but still we managed to have quite the quick game. Now we get some detachment abilities and tactics. This is nice. We have some tactics for various chapters, but I think that, as I mentioned, we will get publications on specific chapters, so we will get more on those in the future. Now we have some successor chapter tactics, and I think you can mix and match them, which can allow you to make your own successor chapter. Now we get some rules for the command, how some stuff work. Let's move. Stratagems, very important. Haven't used them yet. Some warlord traits, again on various chapters. Then we have relics, again some disciplines for the librarius. Litanies of battle, I have used them very helpful. Now we get some rules on Crusades. I haven't had the chance to play Crusade yet, but it would be really cool. The local game store does run some Crusades, I think, or at least some long campaigns, so I'm looking forward to that. What else? We have honorifics, more Crusade relics, a Crusade army, and now we move to the datasheets. So we get a quick rundown of what the datasheet is comprised of, and then we jump straight into the datasheets. We have a lot of stuff here, and I don't think it's very important to stay that much because this is just stats. So we got a Primaris captain, a captain with mastercrafted heavy bolt rifle. So we have some varieties of captain, and we will get more lieutenants, librarians, let's see, chaplains, tech marine, hello, another tech marine, intercessors, infiltrators, company champion, tactical squad, scouts, apothecary, ancients, more ancients, veterans, more veterans, a judiciary, which is amazing. I like using a judiciary in my combat patrols, aggressors, terminators, I mean, so many, just dreadnoughts, a lot of dreadnoughts, various types of dreadnoughts. We have some assault squads, outriders. Outriders are cool as well. They have bikes. Now we have inceptors. Now we have the various speeders, land speeders, storm speeders, land speeders with tornadoes. No, land speeder tornadoes, not with tornadoes. I'm gonna be branded as a heretic if I say that again. Centurion Devastator Squad. See, there are so many models that I haven't even seen ever before. Land Raiders, Repulsor, Executioners. These are the tanks. And I think we will soon... Oh, it's a drop pod. Hello, drop pod. And, oh, some flyers. And the HammerFall bunker, which is one of the latest releases. Is that good? Let me know. Is that good? Should I get one and paint it and use it? Meaning, will I be able to use it in a game? And is it worth getting it for games with not so many points? Let me know, please. Now we have some weapon profiles. A lot of weapon profiles. Some points values. Not bad. To get a very quick idea of the points, you don't have to go through all those pages of data sheets. You just can create an army, check out the points here. Well, you could also create it in the battle scribe app. But yeah, the point is that they have it here if you want to use this book. And now we have a glossary and a reference, and it's done. And this is the Space Marines Codex. When I get the time, I will be checking out the Necron one as well. Let me know in the comments, are you playing currently Warhammer, and what is your army? I have, since I got Indomitus, I have Necron's army and a Space Marine army. Even though I have some Adeptus Mechanicus miniatures I have started getting, and I really want to make a Mechanicus army, because they are my favorite faction. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment and a like. Also, if you're new here, click the subscribe button, it's free. Also, click the notification button, because really currently YouTube is a bit of a weird place to be. It's like the warp. If you want to see more of me, you can check out my blog and my podcast, links down below. If you want to support me, you can check out my Patreon. Currently it focuses on role-playing games, but feel free to give me any feedback if you want me to do something different. And I think that's all. I hope you liked the video, and until next time, have fun!